Okay, welcome to another session of intuitive readings. Today we're using the tarot cards. I have the Miss Evil Scampy deck. Our first person this time is Colleen. I'm going to read a general reading for Colleen, 3 cards. First card is the King of Wands. Shows a male figure sitting on a throne, very prominent. The next card is a 6 of Cups. Now remember, I do not read upside down. So if you see me switching the cards around, I have the deck over here to my side. I draw from a very small area I read from. 6 of Cups, which shows a wizard figure. And there's different tasks, which right away it's showing me that this firm king figure, you're firm in your tasks, you're firm in what's going on. However, there's a lot of things going on in your life right now. The 6 of Cups always shows me that there's a lot of things going on, different things, good and bad, just, life's works. And the king with that is showing me it's firm, it's selective, it's ready. The wands show that it's kind of grounded. A wand or staff. It reminds me of a staff with the king. Is always touching the ground. It's to assist him. Staves are used to assist to walk, assisting in hiking or trail exploring. And this shows me that you're firm. You have yourself settled. You're set. Staff is not going to make you fall. You're not going to stumble anywhere. There's a lot of stuff going on in your life right now. And I'm getting the feeling that this stuff is not bad. It's just busy right now. I also see that there's something unsettled over here. I kind of see a field with some construction equipment in it. And it's not being worked. It's like the guys have left the construction equipment and they left it in the field. So whatever was going to be done, it's stopped or it's paused or something is not being directly done upon to make sure that that is going on. I think that's a little warning for you as well, that maybe it's time to get that machinery running and start doing what you're going to do with that. Busyness is not always good. It can be stressful. It can be intolerant. It can hurt a little bit in the fields of finances. It can hurt in the field of the family. But for some people, they like to stay busy. The next card is the King of Swords, which the King of Swords shows me, right now it shows me a female figure. If you look at it, it looks a little like a female. It always kind of does sometimes. There's land down here, and it's eye on a throne, and you got your sword, you're ready. And it's more of power. You have power over this busyness. You have power in whatever you're doing in your life. It's a very good reading to say that you're in control. You're ready. You're not going to stumble. You're not going to fall. Whatever it is that you're doing with this field that I'm seeing needs to be tended to, but you have the power to do it. In other words, maybe you're in control. Maybe you said, stop the work. I want to do something else now. Or let's pause that work until we can get ready. I keep seeing like a bill of finances, a folder with paperwork in it. Maybe it's not fully paid for. Maybe it's not fully in order to be done, and you don't want to jump ahead. You want to wait until every step is there. The equipment's there. The field's done. Now we're going to wait until the next equipment comes. I see a house maybe being built. Or what I keep getting is like a doctor's complex, like this big building. And it's made of stone, but you got to wait for each thing to come in. The stone comes in, you build it. Then the inside walls, and then the electric and the plumbing, or however it's built. And I think that's very good, that you're planning, that you're working on stuff, and you're making sure it's done right. So that is your reading. Thank you for letting me read to. And so we're on to the next one, which is Charmel. I've got her question, and now I'm going to shuffle the cards, and I'm I'm going to draw two of them, which is first the Lovers, showing a relationship. Two grounds meeting together, two people are together. The next one is the Nine of Swords, which shows there's a box here. Some say it's a statue, some say it's a coffin. There's a guy sad. I see, this is telling me that the relationship of this union between two people, I see that it has some troubles. It has some issues to it. I see that your relationship with this person shows to be good, but there's some things going on with it. The next two cards are the Pope, which is religious and firmness and your spirituality, and the Six of Swords, which is falling off a horse. Now, what I see with this is a relationship is spiritually based. Maybe you're into the relationship, maybe you like it, maybe there's some parts of it that is enjoyable, but the Six of Swords is showing me that the going to be falling off the horse, so to speak. This card and this card is showing me that there is problems with the relationship. Either it's come with the problems that you discussed, or it's going to be there. I feel that this is a warning to you that with the Lovers ending in the Six of Swords, as we see here, that there's going to be problems. I don't know if you're talking about a relationship of friends or lovers or a marriage or whatever it was that you discussed in our email. I'm keeping it all confidential. But what I'm saying here is I don't know if whatever it is going to be that good. Now, I don't like giving this kind of news. I don't like things being this way, but I'm being honest. I'm going to draw two more cards that are going to represent, and it's Justice, which shows me Justice shows me that times will be, she has a sword in her hand, and Justice normally is a card of law. It's a card of, in relationships, it's a card of divorce, or it's a card of somebody getting what they want. And the Popess is a female version of the Pope, which is the High Priestess and the High Priest. It's showing that you're both spiritually sound. It's showing you that you're both there. It's a male Pope and the Priestess. However, the Priestess is showing me a strong woman. It's showing me that you're a strong woman and you know what has to be done. You know what needs to be done. You know what you wish to have done. You know that whatever's in your life right now, it's there for a reason. It's there because it was put there. It's there because it is influential to you, the person. I see that relationships are very hard because you're dealing with two people in two people's lives. You're dealing with more than just love and affection and feelings. You're dealing with a whole bunch of stuff. So I like to say be careful with this, okay? You know, maybe friendship is better in some instances. I don't like to tell people to throw away people or get rid of them or not to have them in their life. That's their choice. But the reading is showing me some concerns. It's showing me some warnings that I think you should take with this. And I think if the warnings are taken and the concerns are dealt with, then things will be it'll work out for you. Maybe the word is working out. The word is it'll continue to go in the path that you want. Okay? And I thank you for reading, letting me read to you. And let's go to our next person we're going to read for. And our next person is Nicole. Nicole, you are next. Or it says Nikki, parentheses Nicole, so we'll call her Nicole, which is the full name. I like to use the full first name, no nicknames or no whatevers, because it's better for the universe knows you by that. In fact, the universe, you have your own name in the universe. Our names are given by our parents. Sometimes it may not be what the universe wanted your name to be. But anyways, Nicole, your first card is the Six of Wands. Shows people standing in different directions. I believe at this point, this is showing me, a direction card like this shows me that you're looking in different directions. You're searching for something. And immediately when I picked up this card, I start to see someone in a big field. There's like forest around them. There's tall grasses. You're not too sure which way to go, but you're enjoying the moment of hearing the birds, seeing the butterflies. I see butterflies flying around. You're enjoying the moment where you are. The next one is the King of Coins, which is a figure that is holding money. He's very stable. And I see that this is showing me that you right now are in a position where you are stable and you do know what you're doing. You do have some things that's going good for you. I get the feeling, however, that you want to go somewhere. That you want to go in this field, maybe to the wooded area or maybe back to where you came from. And you're undecisive. The decision card here, the Six of Wands, is showing me undecisiveness. Maybe you're not sure what you want to do. Maybe meditation on it would help. And now we have the Three of Cups, which shows overabundance. Okay? I'm seeing this as a warning. I'm getting to draw 2 more cards now, so I do that. And the cards are Four of Coins. It shows a woman looking in her purse. And the Chariot, which is another directional card. And they are showing me that this overabundance is from spending and from the chariots going all over the place. The Chariot's a mobile vehicle. And it's showing me that this overabundance is a warning that you're getting overflowed with what you're doing, even though you're happy at it. To watch your finances and know where you're going. You're in a chariot. You have to choose a direction. You have to know where you're going. I see a lot of puzzling questions, so to speak. Not questions as in literally a vocal question and answer type deal, but maybe a lot of thought process where you're at in your life right now. Perhaps you need to relax. You need to think of what you want to do. You want to think of where you're going, where you're at, how you got there. What direction do you personally want to do? What direction does the universe want you in? Maybe through prayer or meditation. Not everybody prays. Some people meditate. For guidance. But it's not a bad reading. It does answer your question, I hope. I try very hard to try to answer the questions of the clients here. I don't think it's like I said, it's not bad. It's not something to worry about. It's not something to stress over. So please don't do that. Just know what you're doing. Think about where you are. Think about what things you'd really like to do right now. And again, thank you for letting me read to you. And we'll go on to the next person here. Okay. All right. Our next person is Joyce. The first card for Joyce is the Knight of Wands. It shows a person with a lance or a staff or a spear in their hand riding. And I see this as somebody's riding boldly around, looking boldly on guard, boldly ready for what is coming at them. Okay, the second card is the Ten of Coins, and that is that financial blessing card that I like. The castles behind there, there's a necklace or a raining of coins. I think it also means that you're proud of where you are right now. You're stable. I'm not sensing full happiness, but I'm sensing a positivity towards where you are right now. Whatever you're doing, you're happy you're there. You're happy that you're successful there. You're pleased with what's going on with that situation. The next one is the Two of Swords, which is a friendship or a union between two people. I don't think they're lovers. I don't think this is a lover's card. And it's stuck with another one here, the Four of Swords. You're coming out of your tent. You're looking at the bright day. This is a very spiritual card. God is shining down his light on someone. And this is showing that these two friends are maybe placed universally together. It shows that this is a very good reading. It's showing that your life is slowly going to where you're going. This friend of yours or this union with this other person is successful. You're being watched over by spirits or God or whatever you choose to believe. I feel that there is a warning, though, with the Four of Swords that's saying, know your surroundings. He's in a tent. He looks out. He's looking around. He's going to be weary if he wants to leave or if he wants to stay. And that's very good to know your surroundings and know what's happening. And the last card is the Seven of Swords, which is a card where he's created something. He's dipped something in paint. It's a card of creation, of good work, of proud of work. He's happy with what he's done. He's careful to make sure that it's not going to break. He's refining it. I'm sensing there's another part of this thing as maybe it is something new going into the fire to remake something else. Maybe your life is in a direction where you're doing something new or you're having something with this friendship of union or a job. I'm sensing a career now. I think the Seven of Swords is showing me two things, in fact. One, that it's a good creation. And second of all, he's now going to put it back in the fire, make it better, redo it. And this is of having something and making it better. Kind of like having a painting, and so you sell it and make it better for yourself. Or you have a clay pot, and now you're going to paint the clay pot and make it better. It's a good reading. I wish you luck with what you are doing. I wish that some things, that you're going through could be a small little bit better. I do sense that there is some things going on that you know what I'm speaking about. But that reading was very good. It wasn't a bad reading at all. And we have the next person on our list here. And if you're wondering what I'm doing is I'm reading a list. You can send me, if you would like a reading, you can send me your name and a question or a photo. You don't have to get into details. Everything here is kept confidential. I do say your name so you know who you are when you see the reading. If you don't want your name said, that's fine too. But I hold everything that you write to me in confidentiality. I give you the reading. The readings here on the YouTube are free. My website has more information for you. www.brotherwade.com is my website. Let's go to the next person here on our list. Alright. Our next reading is for Lee. And she has posted her concern. And The first card is the Seven of Wands for her, which is a creation. We see the guy putting something in. Now on this card, I see it a lot of times different. What I see is her pulling out something, as if she has found something new. She has gotten something new. I see new things coming into her life. I see new plans in her life. And the Two of Wands shows somebody that is darting around, trying to dodge somebody. But this time, I don't see it as this person. I see it's her. She's trying to dodge around people, walking on these stilts. She could fall down. And somebody is running under her, trying to make her fall, or trying to make her, the life that she has, a little bit harder, a little more confusing. I sense a young person, teenager maybe, or somebody with a young influence. I don't know if she has any children or is married. I don't sense any of that stuff. But with this card, I sense that there is a young person in her life that is maybe contributing to this stilt walking, like you see in the card here. I call it stilt walking. I call it ladder jumping, because you have to jump to one ladder to the other and be very careful you don't fall or make a mistake. The Death card is an ending. It's I see an ending, and when an ending comes up in a reading, the card next to it, which is the stilt walking card, that's coming to an end. It's phasing out. Things are starting to stop and slow down for you now on this path that you're going on. The Seven of Coins shows a rich man cheering that he's won, with everybody saddened around him. I see this as a warning not to be so joyful, not to be boisterous, not to be so up on the horse, so to speak, because others around you may be influenced. You may hurt people's feelings. People may feel out of place. People may not like how you act. You're doing well. You see some coins thrown in the air here from this guy cheering, and everybody's feeling sad and down about it. One guy's got his head on the table like he's given up. It's a warning not to be so outward with your successes or what you're doing good, because other people may not have it good, and it's a warning that you're going to upset others with whatever you're doing at this. And our last card is the Nine of Coins, which shows a path that you've taken, and the path is leading to openness. The path is leading down to openness. But I see right here in the middle, this man is walking down, this man is walking up, and now this guy seems like he was walking down, and now he's changed direction. So I see a direction change with this warning. The two go together, the two warning cards here. And I feel that this direction is a warning to you to not, like I said, not to be on the high horse. Get down. Walk with the horse. Don't boisterous. Don't be so overbearing, maybe. I'm getting the feeling that there's bossiness or overbearing. Maybe some structure or strictness to some things that are going on right now. This card is telling me that that doesn't have to be anymore. That can end. That can phase out. That can you can do something different. You don't have to be that way anymore. It's a good reading. It's a reading about what's happening. It's a reading about what's going on. It's a prophecy type prophetic reading for you so that you can better yourself. and it's a good reading. And I thank you for letting me read to you. And we go to the next person here. Alright, and now the next person is going to be Natalie. Natalie's going to do a two-card reading, which is Temperance, which shows a woman, an angel, pouring stuff from a silver vessel into a copper vessel. One thing about Temperance is that it shows me that the silver is good, okay, and the copper is lower. Not bad, but lower. And I see that you have something already set. You have something in your life. You have something going. You have something that's doing something for yourself. You have something that's going, and you're pouring that and taking that into something else. Maybe it's a mental thing. Maybe your mind says that you don't have it good, you don't have it well, you're not doing as great as you want to. So I'm going to now go in this direction and try this, doing this, having that in my life. And this is a warning to you that that's not a good choice. You're taking something and pouring it into a lower vessel. Pouring it into a lower pitcher. It signifies to me that you're not happy where you're at, and that's okay, but do not make rational decisions to move in another direction. It's not good. The direction you're moving to is not going to be better off. It might be just the same. It might be a little lower. Now the second one we have for you is the Queen of Cups. It shows a woman naked standing on a clamshell. She is on the water. I see it's rocky. It's unsettling right now. There are things that are going on that not too nice for you. Again, I don't see something bad. I see a problem that is reoccurring. I see you wanting to do this problem better. You want to have something different dealing with this problem that's always there. But it's rocky for you right now. The water is a symbol of unsteadiness, unproductiveness, not doing as well as you could. Now, being naked out there, it doesn't show me that she is any, better being naked or clothed. It doesn't matter. You're okay with however you are. It's the situation that's wrong. And this Temperance again is coming up, telling me, warn her not to make any changes. Don't go somewhere else and realize that it's not what you wanted. That where you are right now is fine to be. Things have to change. They're going to change when the universe wants them to, or whenever it comes about. Okay? Do not go for lower standards. Do not pull yourself in a lower direction. This reading is a very small warning reading, and I think, and I have a pleasure of doing it for you, and I think that it's something that's needed to be told. I realize it's not the best news, but it's something right now that the cards and the universe are telling me to tell you. Okay? Alright, thank you for letting me read to you. We'll go to the next person. Next video is going to be for someone who's waited for a while, and I do apologize for that. But I do go by the names that come in when we do the sessions. I try to get to everyone. Sometimes different days, different weeks. They are larger or smaller, however the case may be. So the next person is Diane. And we're going to shuffle the deck twice for Diane. Once to clear the energy and once for the flow of energy, which means that the cards are energized better. Okay, and if you see smoke in the video, it's because I do have my incense going. So the next one is the 8 of Coins. The 8 of Coins shows somebody on a ladder putting up some stuff, stacking up another photo in these things. It shows a parent with a child. Now, I see that a lot of things in your life are going on, family. But I'm not seeing this child in this picture. I see that the lady has a basket in her hand. And I see that each of these round circles here have a different event in your life. And this basket might be from what this guy on the ladder is putting up. And maybe he's decorating each of these things with some art. And that basket has the art supplies. And I see that you're adding new stuff to your life. Your life is going around, you're adding stuff, which is very good. Another one is the 8 of Cups. Your male knight is dancing with a woman. Each cup has a different scene in it. And I see that this is a relationship, but I don't see it's a relationship of love. I see it's a friendship. And that you've been together in this friendship a long time. And these vases are different acts of your life. So I see that you've done a lot in your life. I see that your life and what you do is a big part of your life and is a big area in your life. And you should be respected. It should be cared for. It's a history, if you would, of stuff. And we're seeing that history in the cards. Now, the 2 of Coins shows a woman sitting on one coin while another one floats above her. I think this is as above, so below. The old saying is as above, so below, meaning whatever happens in the universe happens to us. I feel that this is a flow of energy, but the one coin doesn't have the clouds around it anymore. The one on the bottom here and the one on the top does, which I see that that's something that the person, as you can see here, has taken the coin and is holding it down. And I think that's something that you grabbed onto and you're holding it. But I think it's a warning. You should let it go. You should let it float around. You should let the coins, or the coins signify the world. You should let this world be. Not to hold on to it so much. Or hold on to it at all, actually. I see that this world you want to hold on to is something you really want. You don't want to let go of something. I'm getting the feeling that this something, I'm seeing a hammer, like a big ball peen type sledgehammer type thing. It's signifying to me that you're forceful with this. Whatever it is in your life, you're forceful in it, that you don't want it to go. You don't want to let go of something. You're holding it down. This is like a balloon. You're holding it down so it doesn't float up into the air and stuff, okay? That's not bad. It's not, should we say, awful to be thinking this way. A lot of people want to hold on to what they have. But, you know, like the butterfly in the jar, the monarch butterfly is much better flying around than it is in a jar. It's much prettier flying around outside than it is in the jar. The second one we have is the Wheel of Fortune, which is a circling wheel. Different things on the wheel. And it's different events in a season. It represents a season. And I'm going to study this card a minute. And what I see is that the person inside is pointing to the west and the east. Okay? Sometimes it's different. Sometimes they're not pointing at all. And the sun sets in the west and comes up in the east. So that's a cycle of routine cycle. The sun never changes from its cycle. The moon changes, but the sun doesn't. And as this cycle continues, this is a continuous cycle with you of holding stuff that should be let go. And it's time to change this. But it's signifying me that it doesn't change. Whatever is happening in your life, whatever is being held down, is not going to change. It's going to remain that way. Okay? I see that it's a constant struggle to hold this down, to hold these thoughts, to hold this problem, to have this in your life. It needs to be let go. Okay? But holding it down is not going to change. Nothing is going to change. It's not a change. The Wheel of Fortune is showing me that it's not a change. It's something that's constant. So you let it go and let it be. And it's okay to do that. And the next one is the Empress, which is the opposite of the Emperor. Shows a satisfied woman on a throne. And this is what I call what's next. What's next is you sitting on a throne and being peaceful with you letting it go. It's showing you that you can be peaceful, you can be okay, you can have these things in your life, and it's not going to destroy, it's not going to hurt, it's not going to harm. Okay? It's things that the universe wants you to do. I have no control over telling you what to do in your life. The universe is displaying this to you, okay? Through me. Alright? I thank you for letting me read to you. I hope everything works out. I hope you can let this go. I hope that you can enjoy the Empress card, which is you releasing it and being at peace with everything. Alright? Again, thank you for letting me read to you. And let's go on to the next person on our list this session. Alright. On to our next one is Jeanine. And Jeanine wants to know about someone in her love life. So I'm going to shuffle the deck. We're going to focus on this person. I'm going to focus on Jeanine's picture. I'm going to pause for a moment. I'm getting that this person is away. That they've gone on some kind of forceful departure. In other words, they had no choice about it. They just didn't leave your life or leave where they were because they wanted to or because they had to for some reason of their own. I believe that this is coming from a source or forceful exit from where they were. Now the first card we're going to draw is the Eight of Cups, which is you dancing with this person. I see immediately in this card, I see love, I see perfection, I see many things in life. The vases around this card show me a lot of things you've done together. And you're dancing with this person, a knight in shining armor. There's a lot of love. That's going to be, this card is going to represent you. I feel that this departure now is something of work or duty. Okay? The Two of Coins holding down something. Something's floating. You're holding down something. It's a card, but a lot of times I don't see you're holding down this. I see that this has fallen. Your world has fallen for some reason. A lot of times these two cards, I see one floating, see two floating, but this time I've seen it falling. The world that you had with this person fell. And you're at a different area in your life right now. And you're at a different time. You're at a different emotion. You're at a different structured environment, maybe. And you're holding on to this world that fell. You're standing by it. You're saying, it fell and I'm not going to let it go. I'm going to stay here until either it floats again or something else happens to it. The Wheel of Fortune comes up. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of seasons, but I don't see that this time. I see that this big ring is around this person in the middle, and that it's just circling around them, as if they have no control over this big hula hoop being swung around them for some reason. It's a lack of control. It's a lack of control of the relationship you're talking about. It's a lack of control of your world with this relationship. Okay? One last card is the Empress. The Empress, I'm having a feeling to draw another one. And it's the Ten of Wands, which is a parade route. This is showing me that you're secure with it. You're okay with this hula hoop that keeps circling you. But this is a parade route, and there's nothing happening in the parade. People are waiting and waiting and waiting. I feel that this waiting, you're waiting for something. You're waiting for it. You're very intent on making sure that what you want to happen happens. You're very intent on it happening, and you're waiting for it. I'm not seeing anything farther than the wait. I see that this relationship is okay. This relationship in this reading is very good. That knight in shining armor dancing around shows me that you've been through a lot, and it's very important. I see that it's very important that you're holding on to that coin that fell. You're holding on to that world. I'm sensing you're even guarding that world. You're ready to fight for it. You're ready to make sure it happens. You're ready to make sure it proceeds. And these are all good things. I don't know what's going on right now in your life as far as farther than what the cards tell me. I'm getting a blank. It's almost like somebody threw a black curtain over my head. I apologize, I'm not seeing anything with that. And maybe the universe doesn't want me to see it. Maybe they've already told me the answer through the cards. It happens a lot of times. I'm happy with that, okay? I'm happy I could read for you. Thank you for letting me read to you. We're going to go to the next person. Alright, and our next reading is for Kristen. Kristen has asked a question here. I'm going to try to read the question a little better. Okay. Alright. I'm going to start with two cards, and we're going to see if I am directed to do any more. Sometimes I am directed to do more, sometimes I'm not. The first one is the Two of Wands. Shows a person on a stilts dodging somebody. But what I see here is somebody running around and somebody's trying to get them. I see you dodging a lot. I see a lot of things happening. A lot of things are confusing. A lot of things I'm sensing are choices that you've made, either in your life or other people have done it. Other people have made the choices for you, or they've tried to say, hey, this is what's going to happen to you, and done it. I don't see the problematic point to this. I do see, however, that the next card is Death, which means an ending. That's going to start ending for you. I feel that a new position. I keep seeing the wind blowing something away and no one chasing after it. as if that's okay for that to be done, that to go away in your life. And I feel this is a short reading, and I feel that is that way because I'm not getting anything else. These choices, this dodging of stuff, is going to end for you. Things are going to get better. I see that things are going to progress. Anytime you have the death card or the skeleton card, and you know, this card also shows it's stomping down on people here, and it shows people yelling up, and it shows them just dancing along. Okay, the card shows them dancing and everything. Okay, I see that it's going to be a happy time, that you're going to end this, and new things are going to happen, and the trampling of others is not a negative, horrible, trampling, evil act of crushing your enemy, but you are going to get ahead. You're going to be the one that's good. The others are going to fail for what they've done to you. I'm now sensing that people have done negative things to you, bad things to you. I'm sensing family. I'm sensing close people to you. I don't know if it's family as in direct relative blood relations of the aunts, uncles, and cousins, but I feel these people are close. They're not friends, but they're close like family. They're very close to you people that you know well, or they know you well. And this is part of the issue, is that they know you and they know the strengths and weaknesses, and it's very hard to get around people like that. I'm also getting that you have to be near these people for some reason. But that's coming to an end. You're going to triumph. It's a very good reading. It's a reading of success. And that's what I would like to see that for you, and I'd like to see that for everyone. So it's not a bad reading. It's a short reading, but it's one of good character. So I'm thankful to have read that for you, and thank you for letting me read to you. And now we can go to the next person. All right, our final reading is for Angel. The reading cards here are the Three of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the other one I drew for her would be the King of Coins. Now in this I see the Queen and the King are stuck somewhere. They're stuck, and it's not bad. Not a bad reading to be where you are. I'm focusing more on the Queen because it's a female. She's on a thing with a lot of water, it looks like, down here. And it's not bad to be stuck somewhere. I'm getting the feeling that the directional card here I'm pulling now, Six of Wands. The direction card, I feel that there's a lot of a direction, a lot of good abundance here with the King of Coins. But again, he doesn't want to get off and count these coins. Or if he is counting them, he's throwing them around, the abundance of this. But I'm getting the feeling that you're stuck for good purposes. I'm getting the feeling that you're where you're at because you don't want to move because you feel safe there. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people have done that. I've done that in my life a lot of times. I feel that this reading is very quick because it's to answer something that's on your mind very quickly. The universe wants you to know it, and that's it. It doesn't want me to go too much into it. It's for you to know. Whatever it's telling me about you being stuck, you being almost afraid to get off the rock and see what the water's doing. Maybe the tide has gone down and you don't know it yet, and you don't want to get off. Or perhaps you're okay with being where you're at right now and you don't want to make a move no matter what others tell you to do. It's showing you that the abundance and the King of Coins is still there. The temptation of the coins on the floor are there, but the Queen or yourself stays there and is content with it. You're okay with it, and that's not a problem. It's not a problem to be okay and content where you are. Whatever this card means, I'm not getting anything. I'm getting, it's like a blank room, it's painted white. But you understand this reading. You understand what it means. And I'm happy to have read for you. I'm happy to tell you what it is, even though it was very quick. But sometimes that happens. Sometimes the universe doesn't explain everything, or it's personally for you. It just wanted to show you what it was through me. And again, thank you for letting me read to you. It was a pleasure to read to you, and I'm glad I could tell you this news. And folks, that brings us to the end of this session. If you would like a reading, you can go up to my website at www.brotherwade.com. You can catch me here on this channel. You can catch me on my Facebook. I do these sessions every day or every week. It depends on the schedule. It depends on how many people we have. Don't forget to check out other videos here. And as always, don't forget to subscribe.